Hi, this Moodle resource video is on how to display a directory, and I'll show you what I'm talking about and why you would want to display a directory. In my Moodle class, I have up here textbook chapters. And if you were to go to my Moodle class and click on it, it would be all the chapters for my entire textbook posted on Moodle. Now, that means a student then can go, if they've forgotten their book at school and I have a reading assignment, they can go and click on there and it opens the exact same textbook chapter that we have here in their hard copy of their textbook here at school. And this is a directory. So display a directory means that it's going to display, it shows up a folder like that. It's going to display a folder that you've made and all the contents that are inside that folder. So we're going to go to the example Moodle class and I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first thing you have to do is you have to have a directory made with the stuff that you want to display in it. So if I go to Files over here on the left hand side, I have to first make a directory. In this case, I already have. I made a directory called textbook, and inside it, it has one document. So I'm going to go back here and kind of show you how I did that. You just click make a folder, and it says what you want to name this folder. You might be able to say chapter 2 downloads, whatever that you've got, stuff that you want your students to have access to, that you want to put all in a folder and not have a ton of links to stuff, because you can put all your stuff together there. So I'm going to make one called chapter 2 downloads, and there we have the folder called chapter 2 downloads, and then I can upload into that whatever I want my students to have access to. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and go to my drive. I'm going to go to my teaching drive, and I'm going to grab let's see, I'll grab some of my sub-lesson plans and put it in there. So I'm just going to upload some stuff in there. I'll delete it later. So you just click upload a file, you browse to what you want, double click on it and click upload. So I've got some sub-lesson plans inside that folder. These are all Word documents. I might want to change them to PDFs. I might want to upload Excels or PowerPoints, whatever you want to give your students access to. You can put it all in one folder. So I'm going to go back to the example course now, and we'll go to chapter 2 just to make it look more relevant here. So I'm going to turn editing on, and I'm going to go down to here, and I'm going to make a directory. So I'm going to go down to display a directory and say chapter 2 handouts. How about that? Chapter 2 handouts. And I don't need to put anything in summary. That's why it's not highlighted. And I go down here and say, what directory do you want them to see? And I'm going to say chapter 2 downloads. And then I go to the bottom and say save and return to course. And now my students, I'm going to switch role to student here, see this chapter 2 handouts. If they click on it, it shows all those things that are inside that folder, allowing them to download them. This is a great way to organize those things that you hand out instead of having a link and a link and a link and a link and a link to a whole bunch of stuff you uploaded. You can just have one place where all the things that you want them to have access to for that particular section are put at, and it's a great way for you to organize yourself too, because if I do that with my items, the next year when I'm coming up on chapter 2, I can click on it, I can download it, I can edit what I want, and then I can re-upload it and just keep those things related, those handouts, right there in Moodle. I don't keep them all on my T drive all the time. Some of my stuff that's directly related to my teaching, I just leave right in my folders in my Moodle class. There's my Moodle class. If we go to my files and we look there, I have tons of folders in there, and inside my folders I have my textbook. I have all my textbook PowerPoints that are associated with it, so that if I want to give the PowerPoint on chapter 5, I just click right there and boom, it opens up right inside Moodle by keeping those things in folders. And you can keep those things in folders and keep them hidden from the students as well. If you look, that's grayed out right now. I haven't given a single reading out of the textbook. Why would I highlight that and make it out there anyway? And if there are things that are copyrighted, for instance, like this, I'm not going to have it so anybody coming into my class can see it. I'm only going to have the students that have a handed out copy of the textbook are going to be able to get to the electronic version as well. So how did I do that? How do I have it so students can see this? What I do to do that while I'm talking about the subject, I have it hidden, and I go into the editing button on here. And so it's hidden from everyone. And then I go to locally assigned roles, and I add all my students to this category called View Hidden. So I click on View Hidden. It would show all my students that are in there. I add them all over here. So when they initially came in, it looked like this. I highlighted all my students and I clicked Add. Now, that's what this whole View Hidden thing is for. That means this one activity, textbook chapters, it's hidden from everyone. If you come and look at this chapter, you will not see that textbook chapter folder there. Only those students that have been handed textbooks did I make a member of View Hidden on that one particular item, so they can see this one particular item, but they can't see any other hidden item in the course. If I wanted them to see this advanced online textbook, I click right there, I go to locally assigned roles, I go to View Hidden, I would highlight them and I would add them. And now, even though it's hidden from everyone else in the world, those individuals would be able to see it that I added over there. Okay, so that's what that's for. So that is an example of how to use folders in your Moodle course and make it really easy to have all your handouts and everything accessible. All the stuff that you hand home, you could just drop them in there one at a time as you do them. Instead of adding separate links, you can just have, like I just made, Chapter 2 handouts, and all the handouts that are associated with Chapter 2 are kept in that folder. You don't have to make separate links for those things. You can just do it like that. So that is how to display a directory in Moodle.